All right now I'm going to put the spires onto the sphere, or the pointy thing onto the roundy thing. Just pretty easy. It's all laid out. There's letters. I fit each one, made sure it fit pretty good. You remember from the last video on this Spudnik, I fit this one and cut it all the way around so it fit perfect, because these spheres aren't that good. The roundy thing doesn't work that good for these. I'm going to be pushing down, or I'll be leaning in, and to keep this ball from sliding all over the table, and so I'm not wearing myself out, I put these very high-tech stoppers into the table, and that's what it is. The deck screw and a little 1/4-inch nut. And I fire that down, and then when I push up against it and lean to fire my screw in, the ball's not flying all over the table. So let's put one of these in. And you can put these in with rivets. I'm just using a little number 8 screw, because I'm going to end up taking these back off and painting them. And I think the colors that I'm picking is ivory, I think, for the ball, and teal for the spires. And then I might do clear bulbs, or I think I am going to end up doing clear bulbs. And I think this one is going to flash. So I'm going to have it so it's constantly flashing the whole time. I think that'll be pretty cool. You can paint it red and white. I've seen them in red and gold, which I thought was pretty cool. I've seen I think there's a white and blue one, which is nice. I thought at one point red, white, and blue. Someone else I know is making one that might be green and yellow, which would be pretty cool. So let me fire one of these in, and we'll go around and fire a couple more. And these all have rivets holding them together. So each piece is exactly the same. And we're putting a rivet in here, 3 rivets, and a top cap, and it's all bent metal. Real thin aluminum for this, because it's getting painted. And this is relatively the same way it would be made when they're originally made in the 50s and 60s and that kind of stuff. But they'd be made out of, obviously, steel then, which I like to work with steel. But for these, it's going to be aluminum. Put a screw on this side. Pushing down, making sure my seam is closed. Oh, geez, almost forgot. The most important thing is safety. When you're drilling, cutting, putting screws in like this, there was chips flying up. You always want to wear your safety glasses. And this is the most important safety tip. I learned this from Norm, so I always wear my safety glasses. So far, so good. It's going together. Now that I take these off, they'll be marked on the inside, and the clip will be marked. So it'll be marked on the same side. I mean, where the clip and the inside of the spire can go back together. I usually use the alphabet. Seems like I got 26 choices to go with, and then I just start drawing stars and all other kind of shapes if I run out of letters. The alphabet is pretty important for signs. because without the alphabet, we wouldn't have any signs. I adjusted these clips slightly already, and I'm banging them with this. I just tap them in to make sure this fits on, and I put them off and on a couple times. What's pretty cool about this hammer, this is my dad's hammer. This is the one he used to use to build signs. He's dead now. Thanks for bringing him up. Just go ahead and put this last one on and we'll take a look. Okay. So that's it, pretty much. And I'll go ahead and do the other half right now. And then I'll take it all apart and mark it. That's pretty cool. When we were talking about letters, it reminded me when I was real young. I was young, maybe, oh geez. I didn't even think I was a teenager yet. I used to do foam channel letters, lay out the channel letters onto the steel, and then I would cut them out on a bandsaw or down on the floor on a jigsaw on foam, and then I would help solder them, these steel letters. But the cool part is recently someone asked me, why do we always say, oh, just make the letters 12, 18, 24, or 30? Well, the only reason why we always did that is because I had templates. Because all the letters were hand-drawn, so I had a alphabetical set, my own alphabetical set of 18-inch letters. So I would lay them down on the steel and trace around the letters, and those were my letters, and I'd throw them back in the pile. If I needed an R, I would dig through and lay it down because we didn't use computers and to lay out the letters. That's why they would always sell 18-inch letters, because I had the template for 18-inch alphabetical. So I could make the letters pretty fast because I didn't have to hand draw the letter. I had a wooden template of the letter. So that was pretty good. But it was interesting because I never really, no one ever asked me that before, why it was like that, and I never really thought about it before. I just automatically say it's an 18-inch set of channel letters or a 24-inch set of channel letters, not realizing because we, sign guys just programmed to reproduce the same thing over and over at the same size. Now with computers, you can make any style letter, any size you want, from 17 inches or 19 inches. You can go in between, stretch them out, make them longer. Before, they had to save the patterns, and we'd redraw all the time. So I'm just going to fire all these down, and then we'll stick it together so we can take a cool look at it. Here we go. Okay. All right. They're all put on. Now, I'm going to mark them on the inside, mark the clip on the inside, tape over that. After I wipe it off, I'll get it ready for paint. And then we'll have to paint this. Here's the ring. Oh, that's pretty cool. Here's the ring, made out of aluminum with a little bit of a spacer, and the other piece will fit in there. And there you go. This thing's pretty cool. A little bit bigger than I thought. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it like a lamp with a lampstand or hang it from the ceiling. This thing would be pretty cool. You know, normally they'd be on top of a big sign or on top of a building. And you put a post through one of these, and a pole, I'm sorry, through the bottom of this, and it would mount on there up at the top. But I'm gonna put the electrical, it's gonna go in here, and I'm gonna have to decide if I'm hanging it or if I'm gonna make a stand out of it. But I think it's just pretty cool. Here's the sockets I'm gonna start wiring. And we're gonna put all these inside of the sign. That's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, well, that's what it's gonna look like. Now, disassemble and get ready for paint. Okay, the next stage is taking them apart. So I'm gonna pull out all the screws, Scotch-Brite the ends a little bit, make sure they're all sanded, mark each piece where it goes, tape it off, clean it real good with alcohol, and then start spraying. And the two colors that were chosen were white and teal, that's for sure. Just get this thing, take it all apart. Okay, clips are marked, the inside of these are marked, so we're ready to scuff anything else up, scuff these up, clean everything with alcohol, and prime and paint. Now that all the screws off and everything's safe, I can take off my safety glasses because we didn't have any injuries today. Okay, I'll see you when we start painting.